hay algo muy fundamental.
There is something very fundamental that has been spoken about in Latin America for a long time, and that is, in addition to the peoples of the world, self-determination, and that each country decides how to resolve its conflicts. And that is fundamental. And that is what we are defending here. The sovereignty of peoples, especially with the threat to Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, Cuba, and all Latin American countries. We must defend the sovereignty of peoples.
Our position regarding the invasion of Venezuela must be one of absolute rejection of the policies of the North American empire and of bringing together the dynamics of sovereignties. It is necessary to bring together the anti-imperialist will of Latin American peoples to confront North American power. How? Like this.
I believe that the invasions carried out by the United States must be firmly rejected, because Latin American countries have sovereignty over our countries, which is why we must defend it. We must unite as peoples of Latin America to uphold that sovereignty.
That is why it is necessary to tell citizens that these are only excuses, that historically it has always been about oil, about natural resources, and because today Latin America is an extremely rich territory in those natural resources. That is why it is necessary to tell President Trump that he has nothing to do here, that this is a sovereign territory and that, of course, we have a democracy here that is defended by the people who have historically been in the streets, in the struggle, and who today are clearly showing President Gustavo Petro that he is not alone.
Because he violated the sovereignty of Latin America, and we came here to defend the sovereignty not only of Colombia but of Latin America.
They feel strong because they have more weapons, they have more technology, they have more military power, and we do not have that capacity, and they take advantage of that to influence the thinking and the feelings of the people.
Today, we came out in defense of our government led by President Gustavo Petro, and in defense of our sovereignty in the face of threats from the Trump government.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.